Hi everyone, as we have seen in electrochemical cells, the process that is being taking place in an electrochemical cell is a redox process. In one of the compartment, oxidation reaction takes place. In another compartment, reduction reaction takes place. So some species is being oxidized, the other species is being reduced. Now this tendency of element to get oxidized or to get reduced, tendency for reduction and tendency for oxidation, this tendency for elements to get oxidized or to get reduced during electrochemical reaction or redox reaction is measured in terms of electrode potential, which we have defined as cell potential. So now we are going to discuss something about this potential, that is electromotive force, EMF. Electromotive force, simply known as cell potential, E cell. So this E cell represents whether the cell will take place or not, or if a particular species will get oxidized or will get reduced. That is what we call as cell potential. Now this cell potential is to be measured from the half cell potential. Now this potential, that is E cell, is the tendency for elements to get oxidized or reduced. Tendency for elements or species to get oxidized or reduced. So based on the value of this potential, we can easily simulate whether this will oxidize or not, or whether some species can oxidize the other species or not. That we have to measure in terms of this cell potential, that is known as E cell. Now suppose we have, now look at this, at anode we have seen oxidation reaction takes place. So suppose we have this, a particular metal, suppose this is M1 solid, get oxidized to give you M1N plus N electron is released. Now this tendency for this metal 1 to get oxidized to its ion, this is the half cell reaction. Now this tendency will be defined by its potential. Now since this is oxidation, we define this as E half cell, which is equals to E oxidation, that is tendency for these elements to get oxidized to give you M1 plus from M1 solid. So if the value of this cell half cell potential or oxidation potential, OP stands for oxidation potential. So more is the value of oxidation potential, more will be the tendency for this M1 solid to get oxidized to give you Mn plus. So now this tendency is measured by this potential, as I have just mentioned you. This is the potential that difference that develop across the surface. We have a metal line. Because of this charge separation, a potential is developed, and that potential is what we call as potential difference, and that potential difference is nothing but this cell potential. Now for this half cell we have oxidation potential. So more is the value of this oxidation potential, more will be the tendency for this M1 solid to get oxidized to give you M1N plus ion. Similarly, on the other hand, we have this cathode, and this cathode reduction reaction takes place. So suppose we have, look at this, we have M2N plus aqueous solution. Now this gains n electron and gets reduced to give you N2 solid. Now this is the reaction in which this metal 2 ion get reduced to give you metal 2. Now this tendency for reduction, this is measured by this half cell, that is E half cell, which is equals to E reduction potential. So more is the value of this reduction potential, more will be the tendency for this ion to get reduced to give you metal 2. So now we have to specify this oxidation potential or reduction potential will measure the actual tendency for the species to get oxidized or reduced. So simply saying, more is the value of oxidation potential, more will be the tendency for this metal to get oxidized. Similarly, more is the values of this reduction potential, more will be the tendency for this N2 ion to get reduced to give you metal 2. Now look at this, this is oxidation potential. So now metal 1 is changing into plus. So we also can also write down this. This is metal 1 getting oxidized to give you metal 1 and plus. So this represents oxidation. So metal is going from 0 to N. This is the reduction process. So in this reduction potential can be defined as stress. Now metal ion is getting reduced to give you metal. So we have this metal 2N plus ion in contact with metal 2. So this represents a reduction. So this potential we have to measure. Once we can get the idea of this potential, we can easily define what is the cell potential. Now in literature, what is the in literature the values of various half cells or electrode process that is being measured, all these values are measured in terms of reduction potential. So please note it. In literature, potentials are potential मतलब cell potential. Cell potentials are measured in terms of a reduction potential. In terms of reduction potential. So whatever the values that is being mentioned in the literature book, that is in terms of reduction potential. But if suppose if specifically mentioned this is oxidation potential, reduction potential, then that is different thing. But unless mention all the reported values of cell potential, these are measured in terms of reduction potential. So now look at this. We can define this cell potential since literature values are measured in terms of reduction potential. So based on this, we define this cell potential, the potential difference or electromotive force of the complete cell, as the reduction potential of cathode minus the reduction potential of anode. The difference in the reduction potentials of cathode and anode is equals to cell potential. So if I say what is the cell potential, the cell potential is the actual potential difference developed when the current is being passed through the cell, that is at cathode and anode. The potential difference developed across cathode and anode when current is being drawn from the cell, that potential difference is defined as cell potential. So mathematically this cell potential is defined as reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. Now this can also be written as, so we have this oxidation and we have this reduction. Now this oxidation potential for the same half cell, this oxidation potential E half, that is E oxidation potential, or this oxidation potential is equals to minus of the reduction potential. If I have to express in terms of reduction potential, the for a half cell oxidation potential is equals to minus of reduction potential. So means the magnitude of this oxidation potential and reduction potential for a half cell will be same, but sign will be opposite. Similarly, this is the reduction potential of cathode. So this reduction potential will be equals to minus of the oxidation potential. So for a half cell, oxidation potential and the reduction potential are having same numerical value but with sign opposite. So now look at this. This is the standard definition: reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. So now since reduction potential is equals to minus of oxidation potential, so we can also write on this reduction potential of cathode minus. Now reduction potential of anode can be written as minus of oxidation potential, minus of oxidation potential of anode. So that means this is reduction potential of cathode plus oxidation potential of anode. This is the standard definition, but apart from this we can also have different types of this values. So E cell is reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. Reduction potential is equals to minus of oxidation potential, so this can be written as reduction potential of cathode plus oxidation potential of anode. The same can also be written as, okay, this is reduction potential, so reduction potential is minus of oxidation potential, so we can write down this is oxidation potential of anode minus oxidation potential of cathode. So in terms of oxidation potential, this cell potential is defined as oxidation potential of cathode minus oxidation potential of anode. So this is how we define this cell potential. Either we can define in terms of oxidation potential, or we can define in terms of reduction potential, or we can define in terms of oxidation or reduction potential depending on the requirement. So this is how we define cell potential. So for this now we need to have oxidation or reduction potential of individual half cell. We have to measure the potential of these individual half cells. Now under standard conditions, so standard condition means concentration. If we have these ions, so these ions should have certain concentration. The concentration of reacting species are taken to be 1 molar. If the concentration of all the species present in the solution is taken to be 1, then we say that is standard condition. And if we have gas, then the pressure, if suppose some gaseous species are involved, then the pressure is taken as to be 1 atmosphere, and temperature, that is 25 degrees centigrade. So this condition is what we call as standard condition. So under this standard condition, the stand potential, that is known as standard cell potential. So this is defined as standard cell potential. So this node represents standard condition. So standard condition is concentration is 1 molar, pressure, gases are involved, and pressure is 1 atm, and temperature is room temperature condition, that is 25 degree centigrade. So under this condition, the cell potential, standard cell potential is equals to standard reduction potential of cathode minus standard reduction potential of anode. So if we have to define standard, all the species should be defined in terms of standard condition. This is equals to standard oxidation potential of anode minus standard oxidation potential of cathode. So whether we have this standard or non-standard, cell potential is reduction potential of cathode minus anode or oxidation potential of anode minus cathode. The only difference is if concentration pressure is defined into be 1 atm or 1 concentration, molar concentration, then we define this as standard condition. So under this standard condition, we have to specify all these standard conditions. So now look at this, we have standard reduction potential, standard reduction potential. Now we have to measure this standard reduction potential. that is SRP, standard reduction potential. SRP, standard reduction potential. Now we have to measure the standard reduction potential of half cells. First we have to define the potential of half cell, then we combine this potential of half cell to get the potential of the complete cell. Now we have this SRP, standard reduction potential. Now this standard reduction potential of a half cell cannot be measured alone. We can never measure the standard reduction potential of individual half cell alone. Now to measure this standard reduction potential of this half cell, we need to develop a complete cell. For this we need to take a reference half cell which values, reduction potential values are known to us. So once we have this cell, we can easily define the cell potential. From the cell potential we can measure the values of standard reduction potential of the unknown half cell. So this standard reduction potential of single electrode cannot be measured alone. For this we need to take a standard reference electrode, and potential of a half cell cannot be measured alone. So please keep this thing in mind. Potential of a half cell cannot be measured alone. Always we have to develop a cell. From this cell we have to define the cell potential. Now to define this potential of half cell, we need to have a standard cell electrode process. So that standard or reference electrode, standard or a reference electrode. So if I can use a standard or reference electrode, means a particular electrode whose reduction potential is known to us. So by combining this unknown electron with this reference electron, we can measure the cell potential. From the cell potential we have this value. By use of this value we can define the standard cell potential of the unknown half cell. So standard or reference electrode, this is a reference electrode whose standard reduction potential is known. So we will combine this unknown electrode with this standard reduction potential, standard reference electrode to get a complete cell. And the standard or reference electrode that we use in it is SHE, she electrode, or NHE. SHE मतलब standard hydrogen electrode. Standard hydrogen electrode or normal hydrogen electrode. So this is the standard electrode that is used for measuring potential of any unknown electrode. So standard hydrogen electrode. So look at this, we have H, 2H plus sign combining with 2 electron to give you hydrogen gas. Now since this is under standard condition, so we have concentration 1 molar and pressure of hydrogen gas to be 1 atm. So this is under standard condition. So under this standard condition, the potential for this standard hydrogen electrode, that is E naught half cell, that is reduction potential. This is arbitrarily assigned a value of 0.0 volt. So the reference hydrogen electrode or standard hydrogen electrode, this is a reaction for standard hydrogen reduction. For this standard hydrogen electrode, the reduction reaction, the standard half cell potential is arbitrarily assigned a value of 0. So once this standard hydrogen electrode is assigned a value of 0, we can combine with any unknown electrode to gain the value of that unknown electrode. Suppose, look at this. Let's take this. Suppose we have this cell. Now this cell contains, suppose we have M. We have this Mn plus in contact with H plus and the occupants. So this is cathode, this is anode. Now suppose the cell potential, standard cell potential for this is suppose X volt. This may be having a positive value or this may be having a negative value. Now by definition, this standard cell potential, this is defined as standard reduction potential of cathode, this is cathode, minus standard reduction potential of anode, Mn plus to M. Now we know the standard reduction potential of this hydrogen electrode is always assigned a value of 0. So therefore this H is equals to 0 minus E naught Mn plus M. So now once we have this standard hydrogen electrode whose value is arbitrarily assigned a value of 0. So when we combine this electrode with unknown electrode, the resulting cell potential is equals to the cell potential of the unknown electrode. So therefore the potential of this unknown electrode, that is Mn plus 2n, this is equals to minus X volt. So this is how we define the reduction potential of any unknown electrode by combining with this standard hydrogen electrode or She electrode. So to measure this potential of any unknown electrode, this unknown electrode should be combined with this She electrode. By combining with this She electrode, the developing potential will always be equals to the potential of unknown electrode whose value is to be defined. So this is the meaning of standard or reference electrode. So all the reference measure values that is being reported in literature books, this is always measured in terms of reduction potential. So while combining, this can act as an anode or this can also act as a cathode. So in this example, we are taking this hydrogen electrode, She electrode, to be cathode and unknown electrons to be anode. Or we can also take this hydrogen electrode to be anode and unknown electrode to be cathode. Then the value will be same but sign will be opposite. So in this case, now look at this. This is the reduction potential, but in terms of oxidation potential, so the oxidation potential of this same electrode will be plus X volt. So this is the importance of the She electrode or normal hydrogen electrode, which is used to define the potential of any unknown electrode. So by using these standard or normal hydrogen electrode values, we measure the potential of all the available elements or species, and that arrangement of the potentials of all the species is what we call as electrochemical series. So now next part is electrochemical series. So now we have this electrochemical series. This electrochemical series is a table in which the various species are arranged in increasing order of reduction potential or decreasing order of reduction potential values. So this arrangement of different electrodes based on their reduction potential values, standard reduction potential values, is known as electrochemical series. So a quick glance at this electrochemical series. Actually at the middle of this electrochemical series we have the She electrode, This is She electrode, standard hydrogen electrode, which is taken as a reference electrode, for which the reduction potential is assigned a values of 0. All these values are electrode reduction potential. Now those electrodes which are above this hydrogen in the series, all those electrodes above this hydrogen are having the reduction potential value positive. Their reduction potential values are positive. So those particular electrodes for which the reduction potential values is positive are known as oxidizing agent, because they have a greater tendency to get reduced and the other species will be oxidized. So all those electrodes above hydrogen whose reduction potential is positive are good oxidizing agents. So greater the value or the larger the value of the reduction, positive value of the reduction potential, stronger will be the oxidizing agent character of the species. Now those electrodes which are below hydrogen in the electrochemical series are having negative value of reduction potential. So those electrodes whose reduction potential is negative are known as reducing agent. So moving down the group from hydrogen reduction potential is 0, standard hydrogen electrode. Down the group, these electrodes are having negative value, so those electrodes with negative reduction potentials are known as reducing agent. So moving from hydrogen, at the bottom of this series we'll get this lithium reduction to give you lithium. So lithium ion on reduction gives you lithium whose reduction potential is minus 3.05. So this is the electrode with largest value of reduction potential. So that means lithium is the strongest reducing agent. So down the group from hydrogen electrode, negative value of reduction potential increases, so strength of reducing agent increases. So means larger the value of negative value of reduction potential, stronger will be the reducing agent. So electrodes above hydrogen whose reduction potential is positive is known as oxidizing. At the top of this electrochemical series we will find fluorine whose reduction potential is plus 2.87, the largest possible value. So because of this fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. This is the strongest oxidizing agent. So fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent because its reduction potential is the largest positive value, that is plus 2.87 volt. Whereas this lithium whose reduction potential is having the largest negative value, that is minus 3.05. So this is the strongest reducing agent. Strongest reducing agent. So just by looking at the values of this reduction potential, we can easily define which one will oxidize and which one will reduce. So any combination of electrodes, we can easily identify which electrode will preferentially oxidize, which electrode will preferentially reduce. We have to just compare the reduction potential. Now look at this for electrodes below this hydrogen whose reduction potential is negative. That means those electrodes below hydrogen, being a very strong reducing agent, will displace, they are more reactive than hydrogen and will displace H plus ion from its solution. So those electrodes, I repeat again, electrodes below this hydrogen whose reduction potentials are negative are more reactive than hydrogen and they will displace H plus ion from its solution. Whereas look at this, those electrodes above this hydrogen whose reduction potential is positive, they are stronger oxidizing agent and they are less reactive and they cannot displace H plus ion from solution. So these electrodes above hydrogen cannot displace H plus ion from solution, whereas those electrodes below this standard hydrogen electrode can displace H plus ion from solution. So now look at this. these electrons will displace H plus N from solution, whereas these electrons cannot displace H plus N from solution. So depending on this, we can easily identify which one will displace the other one in the reaction. Similarly, the electrode below will always displace the electrode above from its solution. So यहाँ पे look at this, we have this, below this we have lithium, तो lithium will displace H plus ion. So ये जो नीचे वाला इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ऊपर वाला इलेक्ट्रॉन का आयंस को सॉल्यूशन से डिस्प्लेस कर सकते हैं. So this is the beauty of this electrochemical series. So this is how we arrange different electrodes, and for this different electrode, this hydrogen is taken as a reference whose value is arbitrarily assigned a values of 0.0 volt. So at the bottom of this series, below this hydrogen, means at the bottom we will find alkali metals. We have lithium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, etc. Alkali and alkaline earth metals being the strongest reducing agent, they will find below the hydrogen, and most of these transition elements they will find above this hydrogen. So this is the electrochemical series. Now let's see some example how we can use this electrode potential values. Let's use, see, some reduction potential of some half cells are given. This is reduction of K plus to K, silver to silver, silver ion to silver, mercury to mercury, magnesium ion to magnesium, chromium plus 3 to chromium. The reduction potentials are given. Now we have to arrange in terms of increasing reducing power or increasing strength of reducing agent. So now we have this electrochemical series. Those electrons with negative reduction potential are known as reducing agent. So as the negative value of reduction potential increases, reducing character increases. So we have look at this. From fluorine to lithium, negative value increases, so strength of reducing agent increases. Lithium to fluorine, positive value increases. So as the positive value increases, strength of oxidizing agent increases. So now we have to arrange these elements in terms of their reducing power. So the one with the largest negative value is the strongest reducing agent. So now look at this. Potassium is minus 2.9, magnesium is minus 2.3. So now look at this. This is the strongest reducing agent because this is the one having largest value of negative reduction potential. So therefore, K is the strongest reducing agent. Now after this potassium, next negative value is for magnesium. So magnesium is the reducing strength of magnesium is less than that of potassium. So after this, now we have chromium. So for this chromium, reduction potential is minus 0.7. So after this, now look at this. This is plus 0.8. This is plus 0.7. So larger the value of positive oxidation reduction potential, lesser will be the reducing character. So this is the least. So after this chromium we have mercury, then we have silver. So least reducing agent is silver, strongest reducing agent is potassium. So that means potassium can reduce magnesium ion, chromium ion, mercury ion and silver ion from this solution. Mercury ion can reduce chromium ion, magnesium can reduce chromium ion, mercury ion, silver ion. Chromium can reduce mercury ion and silver ion. Mercury can reduce silver ion. Silver ion is the least reducing agent, so the silver ion cannot reduce any of these two. So this is the value of, just by looking this reduction potential, we can increase, arrange them in increasing or decreasing order of reducing character. So this is the decreasing order of reducing character. Increasing means this is the least value, this is the largest value. So this is decreasing order. We can also arrange in terms of increasing order. In the next example, look at this. We have reduction potentials of some half cells are given. So we have to arrange these elements in terms of their displacing power. Means which metal will displace which metal ion from its solution. So displacing or simply saying a reducing power. Now if you look at this, the reduction potentials are negative for this aluminum, iron, magnesium, zinc, whereas this is positive for copper. So the one having negative value of reduction potential is a reducing agent, whereas the one having positive value is known as oxidizing agent. So the one with largest value of negative reduction potential will be the strongest reducing agent. So that metal can reduce the other metal ions in the solution. So that means out of these given elements, aluminum, iron, magnesium, zinc and copper, the reduction potential of magnesium is the largest negative value. So this magnesium is the strongest reducing agent. So magnesium can displace iron plus 2 from solution, can displace aluminum plus 3 from solution, can displace zinc from solution, can displace copper ion from solution. So the strongest reducing agent, the one which can displace all other metal ions, that is magnesium. So magnesium can displace all ions from its solution. After this magnesium, we have this aluminum. So the negative reduction potential of aluminum is greater than that of zinc as well as iron. So this aluminum can displace iron from solution, zinc, copper from solution, but aluminum cannot displace magnesium ion from solution. So after this we have aluminum. After this aluminum, next value is zinc. So zinc can displace iron and copper from its solution. So after this zinc we have iron, then we have copper. So copper cannot displace iron, zinc, aluminum, magnesium ions from solution, but iron can displace copper, but iron cannot displace zinc, aluminum, magnesium from solution. Zinc can displace iron from solution, copper from solution, but zinc cannot displace aluminum, magnesium from solution. Aluminum can displace zinc, iron and copper from solution, but aluminum cannot displace magnesium. So magnesium can displace all these ions from solution. The reason being, the reduction potential of magnesium is the largest negative value of all these given elements. So this is the use of this electrochemical series. So just by looking at the values of this standard reduction potential, we can easily arrange in increasing order of oxidizing power, increasing order of reducing power, which metal can displace another metal and from this solution. So this is the beauty or the use of electrochemical series.